Hello friends, I Pankaj Dumka welcomes you all to this discussion on fluid mechanics. Today I will be telling you about Reynolds transport theorem. As you all know that all the physical laws, all the laws of nature are basically meant for system. So we should have some mechanism that with the help of which we can apply those laws which are originally meant for system to the control volume. And the theorem which will be helping us to do this stipulated task is known as Reynolds transport theorem, abbreviated as RTT. So in this lecture, I will be deriving this Reynolds transport theorem from the scratch. So pay attention, and if you feel that at any point of time that you are not getting it, then please do write me so that I can explain you the things in much better way again. Okay, so let us consider that you have a system. This is the system at some time t, and at this time, the system is coinciding with the control volume. That is, the system and control volume both are the same. The system and control volume both are same at at the time t. That means they are coinciding. Same means they are coinciding. Okay, so if you have a property B, okay, at time t, then this property for system will be the property of the control volume itself at time t, because both the system and the control volume are coinciding at this particular time. Now, what will happen if we allow the time to change? Means what will happen after some small time interval del t? So at the outset, you should understand what is B. B is the extensive property. B is the extensive property of the system. It can be mass, it can be momentum, it can be energy. So this is the property of the system whose change we are interested in. Okay, and that has to be linked with the control volume. Then only it will be solving our purpose. Moreover, beta is the intensive property. Same, that is the sorry, it is dB by dm. So in terms of control volume, you can write this thing as now this m can be written, dm can be written as rho dv. Okay, so this b then will be the volumetric integral of beta rho dv. Okay, now let us come to the problem again. So at time t, the control volume and the system are coinciding. So as the time passes, that means let us say after t plus del t, what will be the picture? At t plus del t, we are assuming that control volume is not moving anywhere. It is fixed. It is at the place where it was previously. So this is the control volume. There is no change in the control volume, but the system has moved a bit. In this time del t, the system has moved because system means Lagrangian, a material thing which can move in space. So it has moved. Moved by how much? It has crossed the system. Let us say that this portion is represented as 1 and this portion is represented as 2. So what is 1? 1 is the portion out of the control volume and 2 is the portion in of the control volume. So if you look this, then this portion which is well within the control volume, then how can you write this? This is control volume minus 2. Okay, so at this time t plus del t, okay, if you want to write what is your system now, then you can write simply that system is this control volume minus 2 plus the portion which has left the control volume. The same thing will be valid for the property as well. So the property, the extensive property of the system at t plus del t will be what? Will be the extensive property. This is for the system. Will be the extensive property at T plus del T for the control volume minus extensive property T plus del T, which is moving into the control volume, minus the property at T plus del T, sorry, plus the property at T plus del T, which is leaving the control volume. Okay, now this will be your starting point of the derivation. So you do what? You subtract both left and right side by the property of this particular system at time t. So let me do it here. So b t plus del t of system. Now system means the control mass system I'm talking about. So it is b at time t system will be b t plus del t for the control volume minus b system. This is what I have subtracted from both left and right hand side so that the net change in the equation will not be there. So it is b t plus del t for the part which is moving in plus b t plus del t for the part which is moving out. Okay. Now we know that at time t, that means at the point when both system and control volume coincide, the property of the system is nothing but the property of the control volume itself. Okay, so what I can write here is, instead of writing system, now I can write it as control volume. So it is B T plus del T system minus BT system will be B T plus del T control volume minus B control volume minus B T plus del T entering plus B T plus del T leaving. Now if you divide the whole equation by delta T, okay, then you are having let us say A, B has already been used, C, D. Let us say D, E, and F. Now you are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 parts to solve. So let us solve them individually. So what will be the situation when this particular system has just started moving? That means the time delta t is tending to 0. Okay, so limit, let me solve for this one A first. So limit del t tend to 0, bt plus del t for system minus bt for system by del t. What will be this? This is what? This is the total change in the property for the system itself. This is what? System is what? System is a control mass system I'm talking. So the total change in any property for the system which is movable, okay, is what? This is the substantive derivative of that particular property. That is d b by dt for the system. Okay, so this is the total change in the property B which is experienced by the system while it is moving. So that is the substantive derivative. Now when you come to B, that is limit del t tend to 0, bt plus del t for the control volume minus bt for the control volume by del t. Now this is the change in the property B within the control volume. And as at the outset I have told you that the control volume, this is not moving at all, this is a fixed value, this is fixed in space. So whatever will be changing with respect to time, because space is fixed there, control volume is fixed there. So this will be what? This is the change in the property of the system. This will be what? This will be the change in the this is the change in the property B within the control volume. So that is del B by del T. Why I am using del? Because control volume is fixed. This is with respect to control volume only. And later on, you will be able to appreciate the fact that when control volume moves, then how to tackle that particular situation. Right now, for the time being, assume that control volume is fixed. It's not moving at all. Now, you have also derived the value of B, that is the extensive property, in terms of beta, that is the intensive property within the control volume, and that was control volume beta rho dV. Look here, this. Okay, so you just have replaced the value in this expression, and you now have got both A and B. Now to understand, sorry, A and D, it's not B, it's D. Okay, now to understand the remaining parts, that is E and F, you have to do some geometry. At the same time, some vector calculus as well. So if this is my control volume, okay, at the inlet means the portion from where the fluid is entering. You can think this particular figure as, where it is, this, that this is the portion, basically this is the portion, this one, which has actually moved into the control volume. So you can think of that this as an influx. Whereas if you look this particular portion, this is basically the portion which is leaving the control volume. So you can think this as the outflux, that is moving away of the control volume. Okay, so let us consider first the portion which is moving in the control volume. So if this is the portion at that point, and this is, let us say, the system which has moved in. So you consider a small elemental area dA on the control surface of the control volume dA, and here the unit normal vector is this. So this will be dA eta. Let's say that the fluid which is entering, this is entering with velocity v. Okay, so this is v in. Okay, now in time delta t, small time delta t, how much this particular fluid has moved in? This much. That is, it is magnitude only delta t. And how much area? When you multiply it by area, that will give you volume. Okay, but in the direction of this area only. If this angle is theta n, then you have to make cos of that. Then only it will be the velocity in the direction of that particular area, isn't it? Normal to that area. So how much volume, small volume, moved into the control volume? So the volume moved into the control volume, that is, look very closely, this distance v in delta t, cos of that, and multiplied by area, that is dA, and then cos of that, that is cos theta n. Okay, so this is the volume at the inlet which is moving, small volume which is moving inlet. Now what is your dB t plus delta t 2? That is the property change B at time t plus delta t. Basically this is the one which is moving in. So how This is moving in with the volume, this. So it is beta. Okay, M is density times volume. Volume means volume in, which the volume which has moved in, small volume. So this is V in del T dA cos theta in. Okay. Now, what is this B T plus del T2 then? This will be the area integral at the inlet of this beta rho V in. I am sorry, I have made a mistake. This is not V cut, this is V in. This is velocity. So it is V in del T dA cos theta in. Okay. Now, if you divide the expression by del T, and consider the limit when this del T is tending to 0, that is limit del T tend to 0, be T plus del T D. This will be what? This will be your portion E, this one. And therefore, you can write this E as, in the right hand side you have. So as the time is very small, so what this is doing there, it can be taken outside and everything will look like dA cos theta. The similar exercise can be done for the exit section as well. So if you have the exit section, so this is the exit portion of the control volume. Okay, and this is what the system has moved out. So if you consider a small area, okay, having dA eta as the area, and the velocity with which the fluid is moving out, that is V out, okay, making an angle theta out, okay, then the volume which has moved away and then in the direction of area, that will be simply small volume that is moving away, that is in time delta t it is happening. So this length will be what? This length will be V out, simply the magnitude of velocity time d del, del t, okay, and then multiplying it by area in the direction of theta, so that will become, small volume will become V out d del, and V out d del, then dA, V out d del dA, and then cos of it, that angle, cos theta out. So what is Bt plus del T change? Because out means one portion I'm talking of. So this will be beta times mass dm, so which is rho. This is the volume. So this is volume out, that is V out. This is the velocity at the exit. I am writing this. This is del T. Okay, del T dA cos theta out. Okay, so it is rho V out del T dA cos theta out. So what is B T plus del T for first portion? This will be area integral at the outlet. So this will be beta rho V out del T dA cos theta out, cos theta out. So if you divide this whole expression by del T and consider a limit that del T is tending to 0, means the system has just started moving. So the left hand part will become what? Will become F. Look here. This is the one. Okay. So the F is your, and for that small time delta t, this will be coming out and This is A out, beta rho, V out, dA cos theta out. Okay. So if you club everything into the parent equation, what is the parent equation? This one. This one is the parent equation. That is limit delta t tend to 0. So you will be getting this thing. You will be getting dB by dt for system is equal to del by del t control volume beta rho dV plus, first it was minus, so it minus an beta, look, it is an beta rho v in dA cos theta n. So beta rho inlet velocity dA cos theta n, and this term f, that is A out, then beta rho V out dA cos theta out. Okay, so when we look these two terms, that is the second and third term in the RHS, it is simply what? It is simply the multiplication of beta by mass flux. That's it. This is the mass flux. These are the mass fluxes at the respective side of the control volume, that is at the inlet and exit. So if in totality we are writing the control surface, that means instead of writing area in, that is the portion from where the fluid is entering the control volume of, and the portion from where the fluid is exiting. So if we write these two things collectively, then this is dB by dt for system will be del by del t for the control volume beta rho dV, and collectively this will be what? This will be from the area and throughout the area, and this, if you look, this is v vector, this is dA, so this is magnitude of velocity, this is magnitude of area, and the cos of angle. So we can write this simply as beta rho and then that v dot eta dA. So when velocity and unit normal are making an angle more than 90 degree, then that becomes negative, and when they are less than 90 degree, that is always for exit portion, so that will be positive. Okay, so this equation is what we call as a Reynolds transport theorem. And remember, while deriving the equation, we have said that we are assuming the fluid to be stationary, the control volume to be stationary. Okay, so what this particular equation tells you, the first one, this is the time rate of change of property for the system, that is control mass system. Okay, the second term, the first term on the right hand side, basically this is the time rate of change of property within the control volume plus the rate of efflux of the property from the control surface of the control volume. So what is RTT? RTT says that the rate of change of property within the system or for the control mass system will always be equal to the rate of change of property within the control volume plus the net mass efflux from the control surface of the control volume. So in this way, you can tell that how to use the property change for the system now for the control volume. And if at all, remember in this deriving this, we have always focused on the inertial frame. But in reality, what will happen? You will be having movable control volume. It may so happen. Then the best thing is always make the coordinates attached to the control volume itself. Then that will be solving your problems a lot. So in the next lecture, we will be continuing this Reynolds transport theorem, and from this we will be deriving the mass conservation, momentum conservation, and energy conservation. So till then, thank you very much. If you liked it, then please do like, share, and subscribe. Take care.